Moving on to a 2:30 matchup, we're staying in the Big Ten for this one. We have number 7 Indiana traveling to number 3 Oregon. Both teams coming in 5-0. Oregon is a 7.5-point favorite here at home with a 69% chance to win the game, according to ESPN. Quinn, let's go to you first.
Yeah, man. Indiana and Oregon in the 2:30 slot on CBS. That's totally exactly what you expect to hear when I say the 2:30 slot on CBS, right? Yeah, no. Wow. Indiana, give them credit. Cursing Nettie, I didn't think they were going to be good this year. I thought last year was going to be like a flash in the pan thing, and it's going to take him a couple seasons to really build something. I guess not. I guess this man just doesn't know how to lose football games, because they're playing on another planet every weekend. Don't scoff at the Iowa win. That was impressive to me. Going on the road to Iowa, that is a place where ranked Big Ten teams go to die, and they avoided that trap. That being said, Oregon, I think, has a huge, huge talent edge, especially in the line of scrimmage game, along with the advantage of Indiana having to travel all the way across the country to Eugene to play a game in a top 10 road atmosphere type environment. I like Oregon to get it done in a close game over Indiana. Dante Moore's playing like a Heisman candidate. I don't expect that to change. Oregon's defense is playing really good ball. Look, I think Indiana's going to dial some stuff up in the dirt to stay in this for a while, but I think the talent gap for Oregon is big and they're going to get it done.
Yeah, let me just echo what you said about Dante Moore. He is just absolutely another world guy. He's honestly not being talked about enough in the media, just about Heisman potential and then just the way he's playing for Oregon. You're looking at a lot of people talk about what Dan Lanning does. A lot of people talk about the Oregon defense, but you're not talking about how this offense used to be good season after season and the way these quarterbacks step in. And Dante Moore has done that more so than anybody else. Also went into a whiteout game, didn't flinch, almost kind of gave the game away, but at the same point still came out with a win over Penn State. Probably one of the most, I wouldn't even say over, one of the most hyped games every single year is the whiteout game. And they went in and handled that game for the most part before trying to give it away. Um, and then on the opposite side, I got to shout out Mendoza for Indiana. Kid is, I really thought when they signed him in the offseason, I was like, oh, like it's just a quarterback to fill the gap because they had Curtis Rourke from Ohio the season before. This kid's from Cal. I was like, oh, okay. Like Indiana doesn't do anything special with their quarterbacks on offense, but this kid has had 2 games of over 90% completion rate. And the 2 games he struggled is when he throws under 60%. The offense has struggled as a whole. So kind of if he moves, the offense moves. 16 touchdowns, 1 interception this season. But I think that's what you're going to see this weekend. You saw it a little bit with the Iowa game. Offense only got to 20 points because he only completed 58% of his passes. Oregon is going to make that happen. There's going to be consistent pressure. There's also going to be a defensive backfield that is going to just be all over receivers. And it's going to be really hard to put it in places that he wants to. You're going to see a game from him where he's flirting with the 50% rate more than he is the 70. So I think Mendoza is going to be contained a little bit passing wise. And I think it's going to limit their offense. I think this could eventually get ugly if it gets to that point. Definitely with it being in Oregon. I could see like a 30 to 13 kind of game, a 30 to 17, somewhere in there, but Oregon for me.
Yeah, Oregon's been very impressive this year because of how young they are to me. Dan Lanning is such a good coach at motivating. Number one, he's a very good recruiter. We know this. He's very good schematically. We know this. But he is an excellent motivator. I look at that Oklahoma State game as an awesome example of the motivation that he can give to a game that honestly a lot of people slept on. But and I believe they left a little small ducky or duck at midfield against Penn State. I believe that is. He's also a savage. No, but Oregon's defense is older. They've been tested, but the offense is so young. Their number one rushing leader, their number one receiving yards leader, and their quarterback are all underclassmen. The quarterback's a true sophomore. Receiver and running backs are both true freshmen. So Very, very dynamic offense, young offense. And I think that they keep rolling in this game at home against Indiana. Kurt Signetti, dude, he just gets on my nerves. I don't like him. I really don't like him. I wish ill will toward his season this year as a head coach. Like I wish they lose every game just because of his attitude. However, that has not been the case. They're a very good football team. We got a top 10 matchup here to speak for that. But I just think Oregon's too good, man. I think they're too good whenever you look at offensively, defensively, special teams wise. So I look at a comfortable win here. I think they cover the 7.5, probably a 12-point win here for Oregon for me.